Blessings, everyone.
My world is
welcome. Welcome to the third episode of GoddesSing Transit Unwrapped. So I'll just wait for everyone to roll in. I hope y'all are doing great. And I'm playing my song I Decline in the background, okay? Welcome. I'm going to open another device so I can see the comments clearly. Please comment. Let me know where you're at. Who's there? Knock, knock. Want me not to love myself. You thrive when I do it. Blessed love. You give me. I've been really looking forward to this sharing. How you doing, music lovers? It's like you're dead on a mission to destroy my vibration. Today I will be unpacking and unwrapping the song I Decline that's playing in the background. But my ancestors, yes. And I hope you guys have listened to it already. It might be your first time hearing it. Blessings, Andy Ferdinand. How you doing, King? You good? Where are you? You're a bird. You're a bird. You're a bird. You're a bird. Everything is going great for now, and you same. Everything is going great for now. Give thanks and praises, you know? Give thanks. I'm just going to share the video. And if you are, whatever platform you're on, my YouTube, my Facebook, please love the video, share it, comment. It does help my content to be seen, okay? Self-love, I offer me rainbows. And I got a treat for you guys today, okay? So I reject everything that you comment out to me. Living in the space that I call I, this world that I call mine, I decline your offer. Living in a space that I call I, this world that I call mine, I decline your offer. Your offer. Blessings, Johnny. How are you doing? Oh, you're from St. Vincent. What? Big up to the St. Vincent family and to all the Caribbean family. And, you know, the Caribbean family is such a migratory family, traditionally. They live all over the planet. So you could be from the Caribbean and be living anywhere, you know? So I'm sharing two groups just to, you know, just to keep my thing professional and to make the best use of the time while I'm here. And then we're going to jump right in. I decline, no. You must notice by now, that's my one dance that I do to all of my songs. It goes like this. It doesn't matter what genre it is. So blessed love, everyone. Peace and divine love. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lenea, and you are either on my page or it's come up in your feed. I am presently live on YouTube on my Lenea channel, which is linked below on Facebook. And I'm also live on Facebook, right? And it's a pleasure to have you guys join me. Today, I'm doing the third session of GoddesSing Transit Unwrapped, which is a podcast, a stream that I've created, a series. That's it. It's a series where I'm going through each of my songs that's on the EP. And I started with Original Woman 2 days ago. Yesterday I did Ride This Rhythm, and today I'm doing I Decline. And I have been posting I Decline on the page so people can kind of like, oh yeah, that's the song she's talking about. Because I don't always just post my music over and over, which I probably should, right? But it really is such a pleasure and a gift, to be honest, to speak about this song. Because sometimes, well, specifically with this song, I would say the journey around the song is, for me, more significant than the song itself, you know? So before we start, I did want to do like a little new thing for this platform that I haven't done before. And I wanted to share the video of I Decline so we can watch it together, okay? Because the video is a part of the story that I'm about to tell as well, not just the song. So I'd like us to watch the video together and then we can discuss it. And if you have any questions about anything, I would really appreciate them. Whether it's the songwriting, the video, you know, please feel free. Good evening, Natasha Bruton. Amazing to have you join us today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope you enjoy your experience here, okay? So just give me a moment. I see if I can remember how I did this. And I'm going to play the video file.
Living in this place that I call I, this world that I call mine. My world is so precious. It's so sacred. Anybody tries to infiltrate gets erased and replaced with beautiful vibration, healing, and peace. You offer me sufferation. You offer me self-degradation. You want to replace my peace with confusion. Want me not to love myself. You thrive when I'm deluded. You offer me self-destruction. You give me poisons and the instructions. You give me false images to distort my vision. It's like a death on a mission to destroy my vibration. But my ancestors, they see, they know. Living in this place that I call I, this world that I call mine, I decline your offer. Living in this place that I call I, this world that I call mine, I decline your offer. Your offer. Everything that you come and offer to me, living in this place that I call I, This world that I call mine, I decline your offer. Living in this place that I call I, this world that I call mine, I decline your offer, your offer.
Hey, thank you so much for watching that. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me just check out your comments. So that's the first time I was able to just jump into video, play it, and come back, which was quite exciting. Bless ups to Frederick. Frederick says, greetings, beautiful people, just in time to watch the video with you all. Scissor says, greetings from Zimbabwe. Blessings. Caesar says they clicked this page by mistake, browsing the timeline. Oh my, what a treat. Yay! That's what we're talking about. And we got Flower Boy here sending love from Nigeria. And if you look at the post before this one, you'll see I've shared a reel. It's a song that Flower Boy has released. He's part of the Music Lovers. And he's been asking me for about 2 weeks, like, can you share this video? And today I was like, okay, let me share it. So please check out his a reel and you can have a look at the name of the song. It's quite a nice Afro beats kind of vibe. It is Afro beats. And all the best with that song, Flower Boy, as well. Jacob, I love this black disco polo premium soul swing. Well, I never heard about that before, but I'm here with it. Blessings to Cole Johnson. And thank you for saying beautiful healing, because for me, this song is a healing song. It really is. And when it comes to songwriting, I have learned that you should be careful what songs you write. Sometimes you write a song about an experience that you haven't had because you're about to have the experience. And in my case, as a songwriter and both as a poet, I have written songs that have personally for me stood as testimonies or even reminders. Like maybe one day you're in this really positive space, you feel like writing this strong song, you should, because another day you might not be in that space and you can sing that song to yourself, you can listen to it and it can realign you, you know. So writing songs isn't just for public consumption, it's quite a personal, cathartic, even a way of being your own spiritual guide, you know, even if the songs aren't spiritual, but in writing your own thoughts and your own feelings, it's a way of defining yourself and evincing, like proving, etching yourself in time to make sure that you have aspects of yourself that stay here when you move on, positive aspects, you know? So I found that this song is one of those songs. I have some songs that I look at as anthems. Original Woman is definitely an anthem, and I Decline is Why. So I'm going to jump straight into the history of the song, where it's come from. So I wrote this song literally 10 years ago in 2013. Is that right? Yeah. And I was going through a period where I was becoming very sensitive to sound. I was doing a lot of sound work, okay, sound healing using my own voice, and I found myself becoming very sensitive to sound. And what that really means is I was becoming more sensitive to energy, because sound is energy, right? Caesar says, for sure. Jonah says, hi, Lenea. How are you doing? I have been written your last day. You don't answer me, please. I'm so sorry I haven't seen it. It's best for you to contact me via my website or DM me on Instagram. That's how Flower Boy eventually got through to me. Right? So try and contact me via LeneaOfficial.com or DM me on Instagram. Okay? Okay, so for this part of this discussion, I'm going to allow my consciousness to stream. I won't read the comments for a moment. But please, if you have any questions, write them down and then I will come and check them. So it was 2013, as I said. I had been working with sound consciously in a healing aspect for 4 years. And I had learned how to create very low, deep vibrations within me vocally to resonate throughout my being. And I'd also learned how to create very high vibrations. And I was using sound as a part of my spiritual practice. And it made me start to feel very sensitive to sound, to energy, to people. And one day I was in my apartment, I was lying on my bed, and I was just lying there relaxing. And I heard this bzzz, like this humming sound coming in. And I thought, what is that? And very shortly after, my front door opened, and someone who lived with me came in, and their movement matched the buzzing that I was hearing. And I realized that I had heard them coming in energetically. Do you get what I'm saying? And boy, that was the beginning of a chapter. So I was quite sensitive, and I was living in an environment, that I felt was quite dense. So I remember going away to spend some time. A lot of my stories are linked to me going away, right? So I went away to the south of France, Montpellier, to spend time with a beautiful musician called Tony Savannah. And he is originally from Martinique, Madinina in the Caribbean. And he's been living in France for years. And it was amazing. And I went and spent time there, and it was like the islands, because I'm from the islands. And I was so shocked, like how where he lived had so much bush and some river. And it was just such a healing, just coming into nature and, just realigning. And while I was there, I went on lots of walks in lavender fields and just on my own, just long nature walks. And while I was on this walk, I remembered a song that I had started to write a couple of weeks before. And that was the beginning of this song. And I decided that while I was in France, I would complete the song. But what happened was, from even 4 years before that, I had the chorus, okay? So I just want to pause this a minute. I basically had in my head, living in this place that I call I, this world that I call mine, I decline your offer. And I used to sing that over and over. So it was when I started to do this traveling that I received the rest of the song, and I was able to put some verses around this song. Now, during this same year, was it the same year? No, so it was the year before. I had gone to an event in East London at a venue called Passing Clouds. Now, bear in mind it's called Passing Clouds because over the next few months, I'll be sharing quite a few stories, and you're going to see this passing cloud come up a few times, right? And I had arranged to meet a producer there who was also a musician. There was a music session going on, you know. So I had done like some live acoustic stuff and connected with him in person. And he had given me this beat, which we in our culture we call it a rhythm, right? So he gave me this rhythm, and when I was away in the south of France, I realized that the song I'm writing, I Decline, can work on this rhythm. Okay, so you guys with me? So I had the chorus from like 4 or 5 years before. Then I started working with sound. It was a bit overwhelming, the energy of it. I traveled to the south of France. The rest of the song started to come to me. And then I put it all in one song and I put it on this rhythm. Okay. So I come back to England and I tell the guy, look, I've finished the song. Let's record the song. Just so you guys know, I'm not ignoring your comments. I'm just going to get through the story. Then I'm going to read all the comments and everything. So I'm not ignoring you. It's just because I have to read the comments here. And I don't want to keep breaking my thought. Okay. So I came back to the UK, and over the next few weeks or months, we did eventually connect in that year, 2012. And I recorded the song. And I remember when I was recording the song, just asking the guy, were you guys smoking in the studio? Like something about the studio environment, I felt like there was smoking that happened in there quite a lot. I wasn't a smoker. The smoke had gone into the foam. And so when I went in there, very soon, like within an hour, my singing capacity was being reduced. It was like my voice was just going, going, going. And so I had to quickly sing the song because I was like, I've even lost the top of my voice, you know. Quickly sang the song. And that was supposed to be the draft. You know, when you put down the first draft, okay, and I put some backing, but it was still the draft. And that's how I usually work. And I was supposed to work on it, yada, yada. I had decided that I didn't like the key of the song and I wanted it in a higher key. But the producer had already made that particular rhythm. So he was kind of like, let's just go for it. Cool. So that's 2013. I don't remember what happened. Life happened, right? Life happened. What I do know is that in 2017, I went on a trip to Bali. By this time, I have performed this song. You know, I performed it. I haven't formally released it, but it's now part of my catalog. I'm performing it. People are becoming familiar with it. In fact, before it got to 2017, I had met a lady in my community and we started to develop a friendship, and she ended up going through some serious situation in regards to her children and social services. And she asked me, can you send me that song? And she used I Decline as a pickup, like it would pick up her spirit. She would play it every day and it would lift her spirit. Like as the years passed, our relationship did fall apart, but I know she may have forgotten how she used the song, but I haven't, because I found it quite interesting that she was able to just lean on this song as part of her tool of self-care stuff, right? And it was giving her a strength for a hard time. So, okay, 2017, I was like, I really want to put a video out for the song. I had decided to travel anyway, and I was traveling to Bali. So I decided that, being the creative I am, I wasn't just going to go to Bali and just cocks up my foot like that. Do you get what I'm saying? What I would do is create a video while I was there. So stick a pin. I've just seen Jacob's comment, and Jacob is saying, let's sing, no talk, blah, blah. You will be blocked for that because I'm here to speak about my song called I Decline. And one of the central aspects of the song is I decline where people think that they can project or tell me what to do. I categorically decline that. So I won't block you out of respect. I'll give you time to reflect and adjust. But as a musician, I am not a puppet. I'm a human being. And the kind of musician that I am is, you notice, I don't come and do live performances on this platform. That's not my desire. You get what I'm saying? I'm an artist. If you want to hear just singing, you can go to Spotify. You get what I'm saying? You go to my YouTube, you go to my website, and you download the music. But what you don't do is disrespect and seek to dominate because I'm not giving you what you want. Because essentially, you're getting from me for free. Remember that, Jacob. So please reflect upon that. And this is the reason why me having these conversations are important, because you can get to know me more as a person, okay? Which is part of my artistry, because I'm not a minstrel, I'm not a puppet. You can't press my button and I'm like, la, la, la. No, we're not doing that, okay? Thank you. So I went to Bali to make the video, right? When I got to Bali, I met this lady called Emma who was from America. She was a high viber. What's a high viber? A high viber is someone like me and a lot of people I connect with. We have life challenges, but we have a high vibration. Do you understand? We're high. We're not necessarily hype. Some of us are laid back. Some of us are quite reserved, but the vibration is high. So I met this really high vibrational lady who enriched my experience, the connections, the conversations. And then it turned out she did videography. And so the day before I was leaving, like 2 days before I was leaving, she filmed me doing a whole video for the song I Decline on the beach with the silhouette of the sun coming down and dancing and this and that. You know, I just saw TG say something which I do feel like I need to quickly check. Big up yourself, TG. TG said, well said, Lynette. Yeah, because, yeah. Rasta is the foundation, or not Africom, correct? You understand? When I depend on something there. Give thanks and praises. Anyway, no, I mean, come on. What are you on, bro? This is the reason. Anyway, I want to come back to that liquor something, because that happened. Jacob, don't feel no way, because that actually happened because I'm here to talk about something so sacred, so serious, a sacred principle called I Decline, which is serious. So even though I'm giving you the video story, it's a bigger story, right? So don't ramp with me. Yeah? Okay. So I went to Bali. The video is done. It's not edited. I come back to the UK with the raw footage. Bear in mind, this is 4 years after I've recorded the song. I've been performing it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put out the song. So I contact the guy who, his name is Rhodes, because we're not going to go around anything. So I contact Rhodes and I said, guess what? I've done the video. I had told him when I was leaving, told him I've done the video, and can he master the track now? Because I'm going to edit the video for I Decline, and it's in Bali, and it's all the excitement. And he just came with some weird side movement. Now, he is a Cancer, and I am into astrology, and Cancerians do tend to move to the side. But I'm not a Cancer, so it did throw me like, what's that? And he was like, well, you now, after 4 years and all the discussions that we've been having, you now have to write a proposal to me and explain to me how many copies you expect to stream and sell and stuff, and sign this particular contract. And I was like, wow, this is interesting. Because when we first did the song, mind you, I had gone to the studio with my own contract, because I don't play, from day one. And I remember he had some issue with it, so he never signed it. So now he wants some new contract done, and he wanted to do some kind of meeting, and I was to go across London, and I was saying to him, bro, me now have time or energy for your trips across London to come and talk to you about this. If you want us to do a Zoom, let's do a Zoom. But that whole what you're doing, I don't understand why now all of a sudden that I've created the music video has our conversation shifted, and so dramatically as well. Not just that it shifted dramatically. Okay. I emailed him the information, never really heard anything about him. And I read about the song, and I realized this guy is trying to sabotage me putting out the song, but I don't quite understand why yet. And I spoke to a professional musician, and he said to me, I wouldn't let anybody stop me from putting out my song. So do what you want to do, but make sure that you can play your own song, right? And so I sat down. I had learned some chords, yeah. Seriously. Let me see if I can bring the sound in. I had learned some chords. And it's actually for another song. Okay. It's for one of my other songs, but I realized I could shape the chords and make a chord structure. So even though I have the I decline that you hear, I have another version, which is, you know me and my version, and when I perform it. Can you hear it? Let me know what the sound is like. What's the sound like, please? Nobody not saying nothing? It must be okay then. So I basically made my own acoustic version of an acoustic song, and it goes like this. I'll give you a lick of piece, right? Thank you, TG. Thank you, darling. Why? No, sir. It goes like this. My voice is a bit dry, but you are for me separation. You are for me self-degradation. You want to replace my peace with confusion. Want me not to love myself. You thrive when I do it. You are for me self-destruction. You give me poison and the instruction. You give me false images to distort my vision. It's like a death on a mission to destroy my vibration. Surround me with four walls, but my ancestors, they see, they know, living in this place that I call I. See a different vibe. I decline your offer. Living in this place that I call I. This world that I call mine. I decline Child. So what do you do when the producer is trying to hold up your track? Just do some madness. You're not sure what you're going to do. You're not sure where you're going, right? You take someone's advice, yeah, and you make your own version. So I've been performing this version for a little while. Thank you, TG. Thank you. You offer me separation. And it can be faster, right? So it could be like, you offer me separation. You offer me self-degradation. You want to replace my peace with confusion. Want me not to love myself, cry when I'm deluded. You offer me self-destruction. You give me poison. It's like you're dead on a mission to destroy my vibration. Hey! So I just wanted to show you that. It's part of the story. The story's not done though. We're like halfway through. It's just nice to just listen to the guitar, right? Hey, come on. So hopefully by next week, you guys will learn the song, right? Then we can do a sing-along. Because the platform I'm using, it can bring other people into the video, right? So we can have a choir. Living in this place that I call I decline your offer. When you're living in this place that I call I decline your offer. Give thanks and praises. So, thanks for sharing that part of the story and that part of the song with me. So that version of I Decline, I will do a full recorded version. It's going to be on my album. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's get back to it. So did the music video. The producer started acting funny and moving fishy and moving sideways. I spoke to a professional musician. The musician said, make sure you can play your song. Don't let anyone restrict you from putting out any recording you've done or playing your music. Just get on with it. I create this with him. At the time, I had my djembe. It's a shame I don't have it here with me. So in the draft that I've got, because you know I love my draft. Soon I'm going to start sharing drafts with you guys. In the draft, it's with the djembe, you know, living in this boop, 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 boop. You know, it's nice. Even though I wouldn't play the djembe for the professional recording, I would get someone who that's their lane, you know. Thank you, TG, and thank you, Jacob. Give thanks and praises. Give thanks. So now, so that's 2017. No lie, you know. So he did his block, and me as usual, I just kind of get on with it. I've got my new version. I had some music nights, so I was playing the new version and ting. Let me just go and play. You know, I did set up this thing on this thing where it says you can play the song in the background. So this might be a good time to give it a try.
Living in this place that I call
If it's okay, if it sounds okay. Let me know when it's playing. It should play soon. All right. So that's 2017. So 2017 coincides with the year of the Grenfell Tower burning, the Grenfell fire, which happened where I lived and was very impactful in my personal life, my family, everything. So 2018 comes, right? And in 2018, I decide that I'm moving back home to Jamaica. I pack up my whole life with my daughter and I move back to Jamaica. The people who have just joined me are just knowing this, but this is something that my audience that I've had before have known, that I've been living in Jamaica and I'll come to England and then I'll go back. You understand? Cool. When I went to Jamaica, I decided that I'm done with this joke thing. I'm not here for all these people who are always trying to restrict me. Every time I'm doing something, someone's trying to get in my way. So actually, I just contact the producer and let him know categorically I'm going to put the video out. But now I'm in Jamaica, I'm going to add more to the video. I'm going to use the Bali shots and I'm going to use the Jamaica shots. He's like, what are you doing in Jamaica? You guys aren't going to believe this story, you know, so stay with me. I say, oh, I've migrated. He can't believe it. Now, when I migrated, I intentionally didn't tell my audience that I was migrating. And it may have given the appearance that I had gone on holiday. It was after I had gone for so long, people started to realize, say, oh, I'm there. She must have moved, you understand? There's a reason why I did that. It was to protect myself, because we have this little crab in a barrel. Notice I was talking about cancer, crab movement. We've got this crab in a barrel syndrome as part of my Jamaican culture, which as the Caribbean people have migrated to the UK through the Windrush, they've only brought their culture with them. So crab in a barrel syndrome is very much a real thing. And my grandparents, and my parents, they would move in a certain way when I was growing up as a way to kind of protect themselves and thwart the effects of crab in a barrel syndrome. And one of the ways how you do that is you don't tell people what you're going to do. Do you get what I'm saying? So I told him after the fact, I'm here, I'm going to do a video. Big mistake, I shouldn't have said anything to him anyway. If he decides that he's gone 360 now, he doesn't want to block the video that I originally did. He doesn't want to block the video that I'm going to do in Jamaica because he realizes I'm not asking for permission anymore. But instead, he wants to travel to Jamaica and be a part of the project. Now, intuitively, I should have known that I shouldn't have allowed that because he has already sabotaged me. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you see, because my heart is clean heart people, they go through a lot of harsh lessons when it comes to what this song is about. Boundaries. Do you understand? So I didn't know at the time, I didn't recognize that he had already passed a boundary that I wasn't to give him permission to cross any further boundaries with me. But I thought, you know, maybe he's I don't know, maybe he's on the right page again now, maybe he's seeing sense. So I altered my project to accommodate this producer Rhodes following me to Jamaica, where I had migrated to, arranging a whole trip to travel to Jamaica so he could be part of the music video because the song's done and he's going to master the song or whatever, right? What do you think happened? He came, I set up a 2-day shoot. I had staff on board, everything. You know, dancers. I had a group of drummers from the Rastafarian community in Jamaica that we had looked for. We were all going to do some shots in one area. Then we were going to go to Helsha Beach with everybody, the different outfit changes, you know, everything. So I woke up the morning of the video shoot and everybody was there. We all had breakfast and we waited for this man Rose to come. And at this point, we're aware, okay, he's landed, he's in the country for sure. and we waited for him to come. This is about 9 a.m. in the morning. And I kid you not, it's a 2-day shoot, you know, everything's locked, everything. 3 p.m. that evening, he still hadn't turned up. Now, I was living in Kingston, and Kingston is hotter than many other parts of Jamaica. It's flat, okay? It's not up in the country unless you live up in the hills. It's generally, most of it is flat. So we were on this flat plane with the sweltering heat. You know, all these bags, props, tools, resources, staff, waiting for this gentleman who didn't turn up. So around 3 o'clock, because it was so hot, we got what we call in Jamaica, like we start get raw. That means that you're so hungry, you probably didn't even have no breakfast. The sun has been beating your head, and by this point, your stomach is raw and you need to eat, you know. Your breath is going to be going a bit, you know, it's not good. So we decided, come on, it's 3 p.m. now. He's having a laugh. We're going to go into the flat and we're going to get some food and come back. So we went as a team. We went to get some food. Bear in mind, at this time, he's like 6 hours late, you know, for a 2-day video shoot that you traveled across the world. You've done a 9.5-hour flight. You've been in the country since the day before. Okay. When we went to this place, like a pita bread thing, pita. I don't know why I'm remembering that, but he called us and said, hey, where are you guys? I am at your house. And I said, well, we're now on the flat. Do you get what I'm saying? We're on the flat. We're getting food. We've all been starving. We wouldn't be able to, we can't. And actually, it's so late. We don't think we can get to the beach. That's about an hour away with traffic. And do the shots that we want to do, given that the sun is about to start going down. But he was like, well, hurry up and come. And I said, well, we're on the flat, which also means because it's Kingston City, there's traffic. There's no fast driving going anywhere. You're going from traffic light to traffic light. So we did make our way back, but we were in traffic. He calls a few times, you know. Next thing, he's like, who are you with? I said to him, I'm here with my man. I had already said to him, we were already in a WhatsApp group. My man was, at the time, was a part of the project. He had communicated with him about technical stuff. So he said, who are you with? I goes, I'm here with my quota, this team member. I'm here with my man. The other team member is you know. When we got back up to the house, the guy was gone. And it was so shocking that even the whole team, we didn't understand what happened because we didn't need him for anything. Like, we set up, we waited the whole day. He didn't come until 6 hours late. And because he didn't want to wait like half an hour for us to come, he disappeared. And he basically destroyed that project for the day. And I remember just feeling like, you know what, we're just going to nip this. I'm not going to do the video for this. Something isn't right with this. Something isn't right. Just done this thing. And we just went and had our own fun because I couldn't understand. And when I left the UK to go back home to Jamaica, it was with the mindset that I want to get away from certain kind of things. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that I'd given him the permission to come and join me and for the second time sabotage my thing wasn't cool. All right? Next chapter. So that was 2018. I came back to the UK in the same 2018. I was doing a yoga tour because I'm a yoga teacher. So I was doing workshops, teacher training, all different kind of stuff. And when I came, I went to go and see him. Because remember, I never saw him in the UK. I went to go and see him and I told him that I'm working on a cover of Popcorn's song, Firm and Strong. And I remember we stayed, I went to his like media house thing and we stayed that evening and he worked on some chords for the song. I do have it somewhere in the laptop, I'll play it one time. We worked on the chords for the song, and like we worked till like 5, and then he went off into an area that he had set up in this media house to rest, and I rested in the general area, like in the lobby. And this is when in Jamaica we have a thing called story come to bum, right? So this is when the story came to the bum. So when he woke up, say it was like 10 a.m. And I remember I was getting ready to perform at the Notting Hill Carnival. And when he woke up, we greeted each other, bless, bless. This man is a Rasta, allegedly. And then he kind of came and asked me, did I sleep okay? It was just like a 2-hour shut eye. And I said, yeah, man, everything was fine. It was positive. And then you know what happened. The guy comes behind me. His hand is in my shoulder. He's doing all of this and he's trying to massage me. And I'm asking him, Rhodes, what are you doing? Why are you touching me like that? Move. And here's the other thing. I have 2 brothers. I'm not frightened for guys. You know, some women, like, they just grew up with women, right? Them frightened for man. Men are frightened for man. Just like what TG said. He was the spanner. And imagine, the song was recorded in 2013, I said, right? So this is 6 years after the recording was initially done. Okay? And this is a year after he tried to sabotage the Bali video. And this is like 4 months after he sabotaged the Jamaica video. And he's there massaging me. And I'm like, get off. Like, why you touching me like that? Oh, I thought because you didn't sleep in your bed. I goes, look, I'm a big woman. I'm Jamaican. And I have a grown child. If I wanted you, I could easily just tell you, I want you, right? And you see, you as a big man now, you're in your 30s. What is up with this thing where you want a woman and you can't just put your cards on the table like a real man and just say, yo, me like you, you know? So I realize that the whole time when I have this thing going on with this guy and trying to get the work done, the guy wants me to want him, but he doesn't have the confidence to just say, hey, if I'm looking front, I'm trying to be intimate with you. I want to have sex with you. He doesn't even have the confidence to be like that, to give me now the option to say, I'm not interested or I am interested. And that freaked me out because I think growing up in Jamaica where men are sometimes way too ahead of themselves, it makes you feel a bit of confidence or comfort thinking, well, if someone wants you, they will say by the very least, and then you can move accordingly. But what he was doing was cultivating this sexual energy for me. He wanted to develop a sexual connection with me, but it couldn't come out of his mouth. So he was doing all of these sideways maneuvers, like man is just moving sideways. Why was he moving sideways? Because he couldn't be direct. How about that? And when I saw that, I was very disappointed. And I spoke to a lady that I also know from, I know her from the reggae UK music industry. And she told me of an experience that he had with her where he was very inappropriate. And it's that kind of thing where you're working with someone in their media house. It's not a house, it's a media house. It's an overnight session. And then you're groping on the person, but we're not teenagers, we're adults. There's nothing wrong with a man desiring a woman. There's nothing wrong with a man, if you see me and you desire me, there's nothing wrong if you want to say that. That is actually quite human. What's wrong is to, you know what I mean, is to want the person and to be manipulative, is to wear this mask. We are, women and men, we're supposed to be attracted to each other. It's not the beginning, it's not the end. So that's what happened with the guy. So from that happened, I was very, very disgusted because I had lost out on too much for some stupidness. Yeah, and I wasn't feeling that. And funnily enough, it coincided with the period where my only sister was about to pass away. And the way how that hit me, it made me really look at all of these connections that I had a lot more, you know, with a lot more discernment, with a lot more, you know, and I made a lot of decisions based on my sister passing away about what I would tolerate in connections, whether it was friendships, relationships, family, whatever. It was just like, yo, you guys are like snakes and I'm not here for it. And if I have to go around chop, chop, chop snake, then just so be it. But I'm not going to be a... Oh my God. Look, TG, Sela, TG. The term for that is snake. Do you see that? It's a snake. You know what's annoying about it? I am not 16. Do you understand? So when you're a big woman now and someone is, it's just mind blowing. That's the lesson that school children and 21, you know, you're in your 30s and you're behaving like that. It's absolutely ridiculous, you know. If you like somebody, you like somebody. That's why enough people need to go to Jamaica and get to know Jamaican culture so they can free up themselves and know that it's nothing for someone to see you and say, yo, you look damn nice and I want you, what you say? And you can just say me thanks, but I'm not really interested. It's not a big deal. Okay, sorry. I went into my rant because I was glad I was going to come and talk the story, because you know why? My daughter and many of her peers are putting out their first set of music, as you've been seeing. I've been sharing them. So one of my daughter's friends had an experience with a producer. When she told me the experience, I was like, oh, no. And it immediately made me think about this experience. And I goes, oh my God, I've got all this experience that even this young singer, I can tell her, hey, no, don't accept that. Because... And then I told her, this guy came all the way to Jamaica and still messed up my project. You cannot allow these people to have your work all your life, depending on what we're talking about. Anything that's central to you in the center of their palms, because you don't know what they're going to do with it. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be nothing good. So that happened in 2018. And then my sister passed away, so I went into grief. So my focus wasn't even the music, to be honest. And I remember, if I remember correctly, no, that's not right. That is not right. I feel like it was 2019. It wasn't 2018. The video thing happened in 2018 when he came to Jamaica. But when I came back up and went to see him, etc., that was 2019, because that was just before my sister passed away. And then I got stuck in England for the lockdown in 2020, and I went back home to Jamaica. This is what happened. Because he came to Jamaica and went on with that foolishness, I decided that I'm done. Whatever you're doing, you do it, but it's got nothing to do with me anymore. I went to a rehearsal. I'm really doing my best here. This is 2019. I went to a rehearsal. I want to stop this song now. Who's a friend of mine from Kingston. Beautiful soul. His name is Big Shutter. He's a producer. He's an audio engineer. He mixes like live concerts. He does the mixes for it and stuff. So he was working with an artist who I have come to share on the page quite often. His name is Black Hero. Okay. He's like 4 posts down on my page. Yeah. Singing in the audience. So he was going to a rehearsal with Black Hero because they were working together, because Black Hero was doing a show in Kingston. And he asked me if I wanted to come. And yeah, that's my favorite kind of thing. It doesn't have to be my rehearsal. I'll go to someone else's rehearsal. So I went to the rehearsal, and I remember when we were coming out of the vehicle, I was singing to myself, and Black Hero heard me. That's the first time we'd actually spoken. He was like, yo, sis, you can really sing. Like, I didn't expect to hear that kind of tone coming out of someone that's coming out of the taxi with me. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then he did his rehearsal, and I realized, hold on there, this guy can really sing. So I took the compliment even to heart because but this black hero, he's amazing. And he was doing that song, Jah know it grieve me. And around the red ain't no easy. Yeah, which I am gonna do a cover once I get someone to play the guitar. Like a tribute, yeah. Whoa, it no easy, oh, yeah, it no easy. Hurt around the red ain't no easy, oh, yeah, it no easy, easy, cha, big tune. So he was promoting that or getting ready to promote that. And while I was in the rehearsal, I just felt so much inspiration and so much freedom because his spirit was so free. And the musicians there, that's why it's good to roll with your own kind of people, you know. Trust me, their spirits were so free. And it's like, I find that musicians, as much as we have our own personalities, our inner child is very much alive. So when you're around them, you can see it, you can feel it. They're playing music. They're connecting with the inner child. And I thought to myself, you know, so that's it. Tonight I'm going to go home and release that song. I don't give a beep, beep, beep about Rhodes. I don't understand what he's on. This time the massage thing never happened, you know. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to hear. I just don't want to do work that ends up being dead files on someone's laptop. Even if I'm going to do another version of it, that version is there. I come from a culture where for one song, throughout your whole life, you're learning about another version. So to me, the fact that it was a version was neither here nor there. It's a body, it's a piece of work, it's intellectual property. Let's move it. So I just was inspired by Black Hero, seriously. And I put out I Decline. And the next year I see Rhodes. Then him come with him full massage thing. And him can't even massage. I don't know. And some guys, I don't know if women do this to men. Please tell me if women do this to men. But I think, you know, when it comes to intimacy, everyone must have a thing that they think they're good at, right? So some men, they think that they're good with their hands because maybe somewhere along their journey, someone told them that. Whereas some women might think that they're good with their hands too. So the way how we jumped into kind of massage, you know, come put him hand in on my shoulder like this, right? It gave me the impression that he thought that whatever he was doing was amazing. But I've dated someone who's a professional masseuse. Like it wasn't amazing. I wasn't like, and I realized in his mind, it was a magic that he was doing, that if I can just press her shoulder, because in Jamaica, as we say, she's a closed peg. So if I just squeeze her shoulders and put that magic massage in, surely her legs will just fly wide open. You understand? Can you believe this? Can you believe this? This is the energy that came behind that. Okay? And so the song's been out for a few years. I forgot. So when I went through the archives the other day and I said, whatever I said, I didn't just release I Decline the other day. I released I Decline in 2019. I had a trajectory. Now I'm getting ready to promote. Then my sister passed away. And then when I was getting ready again, then COVID happened. And it was just one thing after the other. And then last year, towards the end of last year, when I'm just working behind the scenes doing my own thing, I decided, let's create a video. Do you get what I'm saying? And so TG said, sorry, my apple laugh. No, you see how this story time different. Oh, shoot, we should have called this story time. But you see how this story time is different to the other one. Because it's some idiot thing. It's some idiot thing. And the reason why the story, and to me, this is the story around what happened with the producer. But I have many stories that are I won't touch on them today, but I know I could come live once a week and talk about, this is a story connected to I Decline, in the sense of, this is why you have to write a song like this. So you can say, I decline to this person. So you can say no. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, man, I feel love. it's just one piece of foolishness. And the worst thing is, remember how the story started, you know? I was working with sound. You know, it wasn't a mix-up story. It was literally some clean heart, positive vibration story. And yeah, and what I find, even the lyrics, which I haven't touched on so much yet, many people can take it many ways. Some people think I'm speaking to a negative entity or force or people outside of me, where I've got like yogic friends. When they listen to it, they think I'm talking to the parts of myself that I need to manage. So it's quite a philosophical tune. You can delve in. But the truth is, sometimes when you go and write tunes like that now, it's coming in to the planet with a bag of experiences that's going to validate why you had to write the song. And if it's one song, seriously, Original Woman is one, but I would say I Decline even more recently, like earlier on this year, I've had what I would say happens a lot in the same crab in a barrel kind of mindset of the Caribbean community that comes to the UK. They try and do this thing that I'm going to call humiliation rituals. If they see someone who is who has boundaries, who isn't a puppet, who won't be a follower, they might think that person is getting a bit too big for their britches. Another thing is, for me, for example, I can see. So sometimes I can see things in people, or they just tell me too much. And then later on, they realize that I know something about them that if I ever talk about it, it might be a problem. So they try and create a humiliation ritual. Do you understand? Like, I'm going to try and create a humiliation ritual to shame this person off of whatever high horse they think they are in. And I've experienced that quite a few times because I'm a warrior and I'm unapologetic about it. So it can rub people up the wrong way. And one of the central energies that I use to deal with that, where I'm showing people, don't think I was writing the song for entertainment. It's a real thing. So they'll do the humiliation ritual and try and rub my name left, right, and center. And they're doing it because they might not be artists, but be more like a YouTuber or someone trying to be a personality, basically. And so they're doing it in the hope that I will respond, and it will be a back and forth kind of reality TV on the internet, trashy ratchet business. And then I have to refer to my Bible of music that I've written. Did you get what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I decline your offer. You're offering me, so let's go through the lyrics now. Do you get me? You offer me sufferation. You offer me self-degradation. People who want to do shame and rituals, for example, humiliation rituals, they're trying to psychically, spiritually, and socially manipulate not only the masses, but they're trying to affect the psyche of the person they're attacking. It's called witchcraft. Oftentimes within the Rastafarian tradition, we will look at the way how the West will propagate images of what we would say are false gods or negative cultures, yeah. And we will look at that. That's an illusion. That's witchcraft. That's a spell. Someone's put a spell on your mind. What do you say to that? No, thank you. I decline. What do you say to the girl? That's what it is. It's actually a philosophy. It's something someone can live by. When people are seeking to, even your own self, if you were to take it from a more personal perception, we all have access to a plethora of emotions. We are going to wake up and feel every single one. Well, some of us, if we're breathing divine beings, we're not going to wake up and feel positive and great every day. Sometimes we have to sit with those feelings to work out what's at the root of it, so we can work out what we need to decline. On another day, though, we need to just brush away the feeling itself. So I can't be attached to that right now. I got things to do. So I also decline. So it can be internal behavior modification when you're modifying your own behavior to get into alignment with your optimum self, how you really want to be. Do you get what I'm saying? It can be for healing. And it can also be for just boundaries when it comes to peer pressure, because I find definitely peer pressure, the way it was taught to me, I thought it was something that teenagers experience it the most. Adults of all ages are experiencing all different kinds of peer pressure. I'm telling you that for free. Oh, let's do this. If you don't do this, no, 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 no. If you don't do that, then you're not conscious. Perfect example. I am nonconformist, but I'm not like a rebel without a cause. I think there's a difference. Do you understand? I don't like to just conform to things just for the sake of it. If I can't see what's the point of this thing, if it's just a follow fashion thing or because someone said at one stage, I probably aren't. I'm not gonna do it. Do you understand? You know. So I'll be honest with you. I don't get up and say grand rising to people because I'm nonconformist. So basically, I understand the school of thought that says within the British English language, the word morning is synonymous with the word morning. So when you say good morning, you're talking about mourning like after death, where you're mourning the passing of someone. So we should seek not to use that language, and that's where this mindset has come from. So there's been new evolutions of language, which aren't really evolutions. It's just actually new English words being used to kind of positively speak, basically, and to consciously, intentionally choose not to use words that are synonymous with things that are deemed to be negative. Because to be honest, mourning isn't negative. Mourning. It's a human thing that people go through when they need to mourn. And I'm not in that kind of fake woke thing of, oh, we have to be positive all the time, because change doesn't come from people feeling good all the time. You got to feel like crap a lot of the time and work out, why do you feel like crap? What is it that your soul wants, and how are you going to get there? So we can't just be, like running away from our feelings. So for that reason, I noticed years ago, a lot of people were saying like, grand rising, blessed rising. And I just got scared, because that's how I'm like, here we go. I understand what it means. I understand the whole thing. But what it is, some of these things coming like veganism or idle food, where one time it was a group of people doing something and now everyone, and I'm all right. And the more I thought about it, I realized my true thing is, it's just, I know there's people that look down at others who don't speak that way. And once we're going into, oh, look how she said good morning when she should have said blessed rising, you can see she's not, I haven't got time, And so the deeper I reflect on that, this is just an example. The deeper I reflect on that, I realize my truest thoughts around that is, if you so totally do not want to speak using word sound that may have any negative connotation, so you're seeking to reuse the English language, which is part of Black culture, to do that, which is fine. But I also feel like there is absolutely nothing wrong in one's deciding to go and learn how to say good morning in an African language, if that's what the problem is. So if the true problem, yeah, get me. So before we have 10 billion people, I said grand rising, how many of us may have learned at this stage how to greet each other in an African language? So for example, I learned how to say Ekaro, which is good morning in Yoruba. And in my mind, it makes more sense if it's based on the principle of, do you get what I'm saying? What I said before. It would make more sense to find some indigenous languages and start greeting each other in said indigenous languages than re-scripting a language that is already a hybrid. It's already a bastardized language. So that's what I mean by non-conformist. I will say Grand Rising on my page because I'm not here either to project to others and get them to think like me. I acknowledge people enjoy that. They resonate with that. That's cool. But, you know, when I had my daughter, I learned to say Neferbaka. That's saying good morning in ancient Egyptian because I wanted something. Yeah, get me. I didn't start saying, happy sunrise. No, I went to one African country, in a book, and I found how to say good morning. And if my partner at the time was willing to let's go, I wanted to learn the African language so we could talk the language, so the child could hear the language, so we don't have to be looking for semantics and so all of that stuff. I decline. Okay, so I don't know how we got there, but I decline. It's the perfect song when it comes to no, I won't conform, no, I won't bend, no, I won't be your puppet, no, I won't. And I'm going to be honest, and I do think I've said this before in regards to, what's the group? Oh my God, I've been online so long. Sorry. I do think I've said this before in regards to the group that I love, Biko's Mano. TG is going to get me. Some of you are going to get me on this. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. I could post Biko's Mana every day and I would get a wonderful, wonderful response. Hold on 1 second. I have to get something. 1 minute. Ooh, I don't want my guitar to drop. 1 second. I haven't left you. Okay. Let me see if I can. Whee! Okay. I could post Biko's Mana every day and I would get a wonderful response. But sometimes, and during the course of sharing their music, I have dual thoughts about everything, and that's who I am. I'm dual. I'm dual. I don't try and be one thing or the other. I try and see both sides and work from there. Things I realize is a lot of the people who enjoy and respond to Biko's Manners videos are not music lovers. They just like the cute factor of the fact that they're children that sing really well. But they are also like Jacob, he'll just be like, sing for me, good night. Sing for me, dance for me, jump for me, jump for me. Okay, Messa, how high? And I'm not really on that. And I'm aware of it. Like, I'm like, okay, you're going to have to find a middle ground with this because I can see it. I see who reacts to, like, say if I post like a nice Damian Marley video, it's not the same people that's responding to the Biko's Mana videos. They only, most of them, they watch the page. They don't interact with the other content. Some of them do. Some of them said, oh my God, you've introduced me to so much great music and I really appreciate it. But I can see through my insights. I can see through my meds. Oh, is that what's going on? And that's why sometimes I don't do it because we've got to be careful with that, you see. And we've got to be careful with us still being stuck in even a decade ago where just because someone can sing, that means you should just say to them, oh, you should go on American Idol. Like, come on. And I understand. I understand. Sometimes people, that's the best they have to say. But sometimes I'm like, wow. Some people just want to stay home in their home and make performance videos and sing and maybe monetize their page and get on with it. Not everyone has the same idea or view of what being a musician is. Some people want to enjoy what they're doing, you know. So when you have those who just like the gimmick, they're just here for the gimmicks, they're just here for the cute stuff, buy a teddy bear then. When it comes to music, yeah, you gotta respect music. You gotta respect musicians, not just because you know. Yes, I really respect them. Don't get me wrong, but not more than the adult musicians who didn't have parents supporting them. Who no, I don't. I really don't. It's not that kind of party. You understand? I don't respect them more. It's just this is a musical thing. So on that note, I did mention in the first live stream that I did this week that I am going to have a subscription. Someone went and subscribed to the Facebook page. Please do not, because if you subscribe to my Facebook page, you won't have any benefit. There's no benefit to it. The subscription is going to be run through my website, LeneaOfficial.com, where you can gorge on a range of artists, musical content. Most of it I will be posting their direct content, so you can go subscribe to them, you know, check them out. I'll also be sharing content that I enjoy, documentaries, vlogs, things that are a part of either the music or the culture or the healing scenes, things I'd like, you know, if you're interested, you can check it out as well. But that will be taking place on my website, and it will be something that I will charge for. I will be continuing to share everything on my page, but I'm going to curate a personal, not just experience, but community. And I really appreciate TG saying, yeah, exactly. You know, like a gimmicky minstrel business. You know, it's not every day we come on Facebook and speak. And for that reason, people won't know who we are. But it is important at times to speak and say, okay, I've been posting this song, I decline, but are you hearing what this is about? This is warrior music. This is warrior music. It's not cutie. It's cultural resistance, which means there's some kind of social political awareness, and there's some awareness of self and non-self and justice and non-justice. You know what I mean? And it's not just, oh, that falls in this area of life. It's across the board, you know. So please, I would prefer, you know, when I do a show, for example, come when I put music out, download it. But I'm definitely not going to be coming live and singing live all the time. Like, I actually prefer singing in the mic, because I sing so much at home. When I go and sing on a mic, I'm like, because you push out your voice so much, and when you go on the mic, it does, you understand? So I'm not going to be doing minstrel type work. Watch me. That doesn't mean I'm not going to share performance videos similar to what I've been sharing. I don't mind that. But in terms of like press a button, come sing, no, sir. Even the time. So I wanted to speak about the time. So I had set these sessions for 9 p.m. And last night, I realized I'm tired. I'm like, why are you doing a live stream so late when the sun isn't even in the sky? So just so you know, I'm a Leo, and I'd love to know what star signs you guys are. What are you, TG? But I'm a Leo, and that's Isachar, okay? So my ruling planet is the sun. So me doing live streams in the night isn't the best. It's not optimum for me, because I'm actually receiving the energy from the sun that's energizing me, that I can give to you guys. And at nighttime, I need to go and rest, like the sun's gone to another country, you know? So, yes, I hope you've enjoyed that. So, wrapping it all up, I do my videos myself. So far, all of the music videos I've done. So I did the video, which I am going to play one more time before I go, of I Decline. And yeah, I just put it out. And I forgot to add, because the producer was being such a idiot about the thing, I even just put the song out unmastered. So when I first put it out, it was called I Decline Unmastered. But once I decided that I was going to add this acoustic version that I played on the album, I am going to call it I Decline Your Offer on the album. So it will So you know how reggae is. There's a reason why all these versions exist. Unfortunately, it's not always a good story. But I must say, when people try and draw me out, when people invite me, you know what I was thinking before I came live? We should decline when the invitation that is being offered to us is one that's going to make us decline. If someone gives you an invitation to something that's going to make you rise or align, do you get what I'm saying? You can take that invitation. But when you check it, the invitations that need to be declined are the ones that will lead to your life declining in some way, whether it's your mental health, whether it's your integrity, your safety, what your heart, even because it could be intimate relationships. Oftentimes it's through learning, no, this doesn't work for me. You end up with a list of boundaries that are the things that moving forward in life, you categorically know based on your experience, I decline. Maybe you never did know before because you was at the chapter, you understand, where you did have to go through the experience, identify who you are, your needs, who the other is, rare. But once you got through that, you're like, well, I've got a whole list of things called standards, it's called boundaries, it's called no's, it's called self-loving, self-protective no's, which also means dreadlocks can't live in a tenement yard. And you know what I love about I Decline? It goes in a category of reggae music that is about people saying no. No, me not depend that. Me not depend your iniquity. Me not depend that. You get me? There's a whole, because reggae has different pockets of issues. And the issue that it's covering is not new to reggae music. You're a Gemini, tribe of Levi, so that's very, happy Earth Strong. I don't know if you already had it then, because we're in Gemini season. Boy, Lord of Massey. I don't know what, I think every star sign, no matter what star sign someone tells me that they are, I'm going to say, whoa, Lord of Massey. It's not even a thing. Before it used to be a thing where it was like certain set signs, I would say that. But the more I delve into astrology, it's just like, raw, okay, everyone is like Lord Massey. So one of the things I will say then, TG, and to anyone's listening who's interested, I use two astrological systems and I observe one more than the other. So you got the Western, the Gregorian, which is the one that's the most popular. That's what we're all like going by. That's the Gregorian system, right? But then you've got the sidereal, or some people call it sidereal, the Vedic system, and the degrees have come back somewhat. So for that reason, when me and someone really connect now, whether it's a friend or whatever, when I ask them what their star sign is, I actually want to know when their birthday is, because I want to know in the ancient system what their star sign is. So if you're a Leo, for example, but you were born up to August 13th, in the ancient system, you wouldn't be a Leo. You would be a Cancer. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's how it is with all the signs. Depending where you are in that cycle, I think with Gemini, it could be anywhere like June 16, June 8, wrong there, so like between the 16 and the 18. I can find out like the set time. But so basically in the Vedic system, in the ancient system, if you're born before going up to June 16-ish, you would not be classed as a Gemini anymore. You'd be a Taurus. Do you get what I'm saying? But if you're born after that time, so for that reason, I always ask both, because I'm not even joking. I take the Western one as the persona, but I take the ancient one as that's that person's real star sign. So thankfully for me and my daughter, because we're late in the seasons that we're born in, she's Cancer, true blue Cancer, and I'm Leo. Whatever systems we use, whether it's the ancient system or the modern system, I'm still a Leo. Do you get what I'm saying? And she's still a Cancer because we're born very late in the zodiac cycle. But if you're born like my mother, for example, my whole life I thought my mother was a Cancer. It was misleading. She's born on July 4th. She's not a Cancer. She's a Gemini. She is. Yeah, she's got some traits that's not really Cancer. And when I had my daughter, and I'm like, I'm not sure if that's because my daughter really is a Cancer. So anyway, on that note, I don't want to smear anyone's sign, because I do also want to say, because I really am into astrology, the sun sign is just a key to get into the person's energy, but it's just not enough to assess someone. So you definitely can't be like, oh, that person's a Leo. You can't do that, because for every planet that's in the sky, we have that sign. So if my sun sign is a Leo, what's my moon sign? Where's my Venus? Where's my Mars? And this is what creates that person. And I like to look at a few of those signs for me to determine what kind of energy is this that I'm dealing with. But I've become very efficient. It's past like hobbies, almost like, boy, it's part of my left hand at using the ancient and some aspects of the modern system to sift into someone's energy to know, oh, this is where we're at. And it's been very helpful. And it's also been a great way for me to decline or align. So on that note, shout out to everyone, whatever star sign you are, whatever you follow, whatever you don't. And let's have a last watch of the I Decline video. I really hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope you've enjoyed it, because this has been the longest live stream so far. But what a story. What a story. These are the things people go through to put out their music. So here we go.
Living in this place that I call I, this world that I call mine. My world is so precious. It's so sacred. Anybody tries to infiltrate gets erased and replaced with beautiful vibration, healing, and peace. You offer me sufferation. You offer me self-degradation. You want to replace my peace with confusion. Want me not to love myself. You thrive when I'm deluded. You offer me self-destruction. You give me poisons and the instructions. You give me false images to distort my vision. It's like a death on a mission to destroy my vibration. Surround me with foes, but my ancestors, they see, they know. Living in this place that I call I, this world that I call mine, I decline your offer. Living in this place that I call I, this world that I call mine, I decline your offer. 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 reason. I offer me self-love. I offer me rainbow. I know I am blessed and I know I am worthy. So I reject everything that you're coming to offer to me. Living in this place that I call I, this world that I call mine, I decline your offer. Living in this place that I call I, this world that I call mine, I decline your offer, your offer, your offer.
Greetings. Thank you so much again. Thanks for watching that. If it was your first time, and if it was before, if you watched it before, thanks for watching it with me again. I am just having a look through your comments. It has been so freeing to share, because I know that when I'm sharing something that I'm saying is going to really resonate with someone. It's not just waste chat. You know, I know this. And it might not be in this session. It might be someone who watches it another time, even a year from now. But I know that that was not a sharing in vain. And I'm really here for those kind of sharings that, you know, you just put something out, you know, in the planet. Thank you so much. Adrissa says, keep up doing the good work you're doing. I like you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm seeing Jacob said, oh, I'm in shock. I can see English isn't your first language, and I hope that you feel like you're being heard. Listen to this, Lord of God. Then Jacob comes with his, women are talkative. Please take your guitar. So this is what you do. You need to send me like a significant amount of money to my CashApp. And then you can come and say that to me on the platform. I think I'd probably start at like £50. Yeah. You know, my CashApp is pound LeneaOfficial. So I'm gonna put singing requests in at some point when I feel like I can deal with that. But it will be like, oh, I want you to pick up your guitar and sing. So I got 5 on it, like 50, not £5. Because, you know, it's not that, because the truth is, performance is something that artists do at specific periods for specific reasons. Whereas creating is something that I do all the time. And I'm in a creative space. And, you know, since I was a child, because I'm a singer, people used to say, oh, this is Lenea. She can really sing, sing Linnea, sing for the. And sometimes, because I'm quite confident, I'd be like, the sun will come out tomorrow. And sometimes I'm like, but I don't feel like singing. Hey, so you can listen to the track. Women are very talkative. You should learn to listen. Worst of all, I'm a mum, so there's why. Jacob says you got a career ahead of you in Poland. I'd be afraid to go to Poland and they say, stop talking and play your guitar. Here, everyone listens to reggae and they talk too much. You played the poor, you sing perfectly premium. Well, if that's saying I play poorly and I sing well, that's kind of how I put my thing, which is why, just so you know, I don't play for all of my stuff because it would restrict me. I was even explaining to the band, my musicians, oh no, I can't play for that song. They're like, well, I'm like, I sing on the level that you play. And if I try and play certain things, I'll be so focused on playing that thing that I'm not free to sing. But I do play acoustic sets. And especially like with a bass player, a keys player, or one of my favorites, just a drummer, it goes down very well. Frederick says, thanks for the talk, the time and the explanation, and thank you so much for sitting here with me and give me your a listening ear, a loving shoulder, a cyber shoulder to lean on. I do appreciate that. It would be nice to one day, I've been to quite a few places in Europe, but I've never been to Poland. So that will be interesting. But I do look forward to going into Europe because I know that Europe loves reggae. I went to Germany to see Midnight in 2017, not long before he made his journey to the ancestral realm. I went to see Midnight. And yeah, it was a very powerful. I've never been to a reggae show that was that high frequency, to be honest. It was out of this world. But also the way it was appreciated made me realize, yeah, Germany, Europe, they really do appreciate reggae. And it's good. Sometimes that's why cultures still continue. Maybe it's not appreciated as much on its homeland, but maybe, there's those who will always enjoy it. So, on that note, it has been a divine pleasure. It's been a gift. It's been an opportunity and a blessing to come and sit with you for the third session of GoddesSing Transit Unwrapped. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. And I will see you tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be doing, I think it is Show Me the Way. And I will be bringing the lyric video into the live so we can have a watch me. Yeah, I'm like, let's do the videos for the songs that have videos. Why not? And I've got a nice, much less controversial, much more music focused story to tell you about Show Me the Way that I really look forward to sharing. So please come through. All the African fam come through. South African fam come through. There's some things I'm going to speak about in the live stream tomorrow that is relevant to your heritage. And everyone, once you're human, you belong here. So I really appreciate it. Please remember you can download my EP, GoddesSing Transit, free from my website, LeneaOfficial.com. The links are below. You can also listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music. What's the next one? YouTube Music, Tidal, Deezer, and all of Amazon and all of your favorite listening platforms. You can also order a copy of my book. Oh, by the way, all of these songs are in my book. I should have said. So tomorrow I'll come with the book. It's over there, but I don't want to get up again. But tomorrow I'm going to come and we'll show you my book. If you want to support my work, you can head to my website. You can order my book. You can order my daughter's book. The music is there for free. I think there's some other things. You can purchase the video. So if you like the I Decline video, you can purchase it directly from what's it called? My website. But also, purchasing isn't the only way to support me. Listening to my music on the different platforms, definitely checking out my content on YouTube, as I am on a bid to be monetized slowly but surely, and sharing the stuff that you like with your loved ones. It all helps, and just turning up when I'm here. So I do appreciate all the different forms of support. I give thanks for the real music lovers, not just the people who are here for the, I don't want to be rude. That's why I'm trying not to be rude. But if you were having an adult conversation, at least me and TG, you know what I'm talking about. The real music lovers that are here to support real musicians from all over the world and here to generate positive experiences, no matter what your challenges are, because we're not here to be fake and to give the impression that we are challengeless. Once we're challengeless, we also have no reason to be here on the planet anymore. And then you have to start getting scared. Is your time up? You know what I mean? So we're not trying to be challengeless. We're just trying to be able, watch the neck. We're not trying to be challengeless. We're just trying to be able to keep a positive vibration and a clean heart and an inner peace and the ability to cook and eat some good food and have good connections with family and friends in the meantime. So on that note, keep your spirits up. Don't let anyone draw you down. This is the I Decline talk out now. On the back of I Decline, if there's a person, place, thing, concept, mental construct, a belief, if there's something that's a factor that is disturbing your peace, that's affecting your ability to have clarity, that's affecting your ability to feel respected, that is affecting your ability to feel whole, that's making you feel like you're begging, you can decline. When you decline, you are responding instead of reacting. We can be triggered and still slow time by observing what's going on and choosing to decline. My grandmother used to say, "I not every pot you finyam from." In English, that is, it's not every pot of food that you should eat from. Meaning, no one got yeah. Meaning, no one got no one got belly. Who says that? Is that Tiger? Meaning, don't have an appetite that is going to border on greed. Meaning, you don't have to consume everything that's offered to you. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't have to be with that person who makes you feel smaller than you should. There's no reason on this planet why you have to be in a relationship, whether it's an intimate relationship, whether it's a family relationship, whether it's a work relationship, whether it's a friendship. You do not have to accept or align with that which is not deserving of the divine being that you are. And on that premise, you can and should and will, even if you don't have the focus and the strength to do it now, the trajectory of the bad feelings that you have when you are affected by whether it's internal or external, that thing that's making you feel less than the beautiful divine being that you are, that thing is going to be and should be and will be lovingly and proudly declined, because no is a superpower. And they should have taught us that in school. No. Okay? So on that note, I pray, I hope, I wish, I affirm, right, that y'all will take deep breaths and empower yourself with saying no without guilt or filtering, and articulating that no into a joyous, self-loving, self-affirming, I decline. Have a good night. Bless.